first scene in Season 2 of Righteous Gemstones reveals Eli Gemstone's formative years in Memphis, working for a gangster named Glendon Marsh, and with his son Junior Marsh. Glendon ran a wrestling ring and used his wrestlers as his own personal thugs, Eli being one of his top enforcers. In the present plotline of the story, Eli and his fellow pastors have drawn heat from a reporter from New York, after one of Eli's Christian streaming service affiliates, Pastor Butterfield and his wife, get embroiled in a sex tape scandal. To further exasperate the situation to the media, Pastor Butterfield unsuccessfully tries to commit suicide, after Eli must remove him from the new streaming platform. In Season 2, Kelvin leads his own small army of muscle men that live in yurts outside of his mansion. With the help of Keith, he enforces a strict regimen of bodybuilding, healthy eating, and Christianity. Amber and Jesse have been invited to a sit-down with another powerful preaching couple from Texas, Lyle and Lindy Listens. When Jesse and Amber meet with the Listens, they offer them a business opportunity.
How would you like to take a vacation at the beach with Jesus Christ?
I would love to go there with him.
We're calling this place Zion's Landing. It's a Christian timeshare resort on the sunny beaches of Florida.
Amber and Jesse tell them that they are about to get the reins from Eli. The Listens encourage them to get Eli into a nursing home, like they did to Lyle's daddy, and tell them they want to bring Eli to the site of the resort and pitch the idea.
Old Lyle can kiss a parent's ass like nobody's business.
When the Listens bring the Gemstones to the beach they plan on building the resort on, Eli turns down their offer. Jesse lashes out at Eli for turning down the Listens' offer.
If you want to start a resort with the Listens, go right ahead. Just leave me out of it.
Wait, so I can do it?
Do what you want.
Glendon Marsh's son Junior from Memphis finds Eli after they haven't spoken for years, and Eli ends up going out to dinner with Junior. At the restaurant, Junior tells Eli that his father just up and left town one day, without even saying goodbye to him.
I'd like to think that he made his way down to Bolivia. That's what he said Butch and Sundance did.
Eli ends up beating up a rude asshole hanging out at the bar, like he did back when he worked for Junior's father. In episode 2, the reporter that helped leak the sex tape against Eli's fellow pastors has rented an Airbnb in the Gemstones' backyard. When Judy finds Eli hungover with a black eye, waking up from a sleepover with Junior, she gets upset.
You have a black eye. A couple of old mysterious men having slumber parties? Shit's obvious, dude. You're being rough with each other like grizzly bears doing donkey punches. Okay. Tussling each other, getting each other hard.
Judy, wash your mouth out with soap.
After Eli tells Jesse to do what he wants, Jesse thinks Eli meant he's okay with the business venture. So Jesse tells the Listens that they are back in, and they happily enter into the fold of the powerful Christian country singer circle, where they hit it off with Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers at the Listens investors party. Amber and Jesse are thrown off guard when the Listens casually mention that the initial investment is $10 million. Amber thinks she can get Eli to give them the $10 million for the Christian resort, but she's sadly mistaken.
Don't you sweat it, Jesse. My daddy, he turned down all my big money-making ideas. And look at me. I turned out all right.
Look at him, Jesse.
When Eli tells everyone at the after-church lunch the reporter from New York met with him, the Gemstone kids and Junior want to get involved. The Gemstone kids decide not to listen to Eli, and later that night, they pay the reporter a little visit. When they get to the reporter's Airbnb, Judy and Jesse find the reporter lying dead in a pool of his own blood. Calvin comes running into the room, and they all slip and fall into the pool of blood. The Gemstone kids go to Eli's house and wash the blood off in the fountain. Then Eli comes home with blood on his pants, and he tells them he drug a deer off the side of the road. Eli tells his kids not to tell anyone they were at the reporter's Airbnb, which was burning when they drove back, making Jesse very suspicious. Gideon finds newspaper clippings in his great-grandfather's Roy's house he recently inherited from the days Eli was thugging around with Junior's father, Glendon.
Says there in that article that he would use the wrestlers as enforcers for his gang. My suspicions were spot on. Daddy bought Junior here because he wanted him to ice that reporter.
Kelvin takes Eli's phone, and the Gemstone kids read his text between him and Martin the night they found the dead reporter. The kids confront Eli. They tell him they know that he hired Junior to kill the reporter. When the kids ask Eli about the blood on his khakis, he tells them a strange story about how he was with a woman and heard about manscaping, so he tried to shave in the bathroom, cutting his family gemstones in the process. At the end of episode 3, Junior finds Eli and waits for him in his car. Eli tells him he's not a criminal anymore, and Junior tells Eli if they aren't friends, they are enemies. In episode 4, Judy is throwing BJ a big baptism party. and Judy gets upset when BJ says he's not 100% solid on becoming a Christian.
What, now you're having doubts? Inviting weird people?
Weird people? You mean my family?
Why are they even coming, BJ? They're fucking filthy atheists.
They're intellectuals, people of reason and science.
Jesse finally breaks it to the Listens that they can't get the money for the business deal, and the Listens storm off, immediately not wanting to hang after they hear they can't invest. When BJ's family laughs at his outfit and call it a onesie, all of Judy's work to try to turn BJ against his family finally pays off.
That attitude is part of what's held men back fashion-wise.
BJ goes into his dressing room and throws a weird tantrum, destroying his outfit in the process. When BJ's sister tells BJ that he's not a gemstone, BJ yells, "I am a gemstone," grabs a piece of cake and throws it at his sister. She ducks and it hits Eli in the face. Eli leaves the party, and as he walks through the lobby, Kelvin confronts him about not letting him go to Israel with his muscular men. Kelvin blows up after his daddy tells him he won't spend another dime on his muscle men. Kelvin pushes Eli to the ground, and Eli breaks Kelvin's hands in front of everyone.
I knew you weren't gonna do it. He ain't got the balls.
Jesse takes Eli's ride home from the party, and when the bus driver pulls over at a gas station, a mysterious motorcycle gang shoots up the Gemstone party bus. In episode 5, the backstory of Eli and Junior's father in the early 90s is revealed. Glendon wanted Eli to help him launder $3 million through the church. At the last minute, after he told Glendon he would, he tells Glendon he can't do it. Glendon kidnaps Martin and pulls a gun on Eli. Eli's senile dad comes out with his shotgun and shoots Glendon, and they play it off like his dad just shot the gun off on accident. Martin and Eli's father Roy drive to the theme park that is under construction at the time, with Glendon's dead body in the back of the golf cart. Episode 6 picks up after the end of episode 4. When the Gemstone party bus gets shot up, Jesse unloads his pistol at the fleeing biker gang and misses every shot. Amber shoots one of the bikers off his bike from 50 yards, and the biker barely escapes. After baby Billy leaves Tiffany pregnant when he told her he'd be right back with a bag of Funyuns, she ends up staying with Judy.
God damn, y'all up here serving prime steak, all she wants is some fucking Funyuns.
Judy tells Tiffany about how baby Billy walked out on his first kid, Harmon. Jesse arms his men from the Second Chance Couples prayer group with slings and rocks, and they go down to Junior's gym and intimidate him like David and Goliath. At the end of episode 6, the biker gang shoots up Eli's car as he drives down the road. In episode 7, Eli lays in the hospital in critical condition. BJ helps Tiffany trace baby Billy's credit card, and BJ, Judy, and Tiffany confront baby Billy in a parking lot where he was selling his healing elixirs.
Man, you thought you were so slick. Thought you could dump your wife on me and make me raise her as my own.
I'm doing all this for you and baby Lionel. That's why I'm selling these here health elixirs.
I know about Harmon. How come you didn't ever tell me about him?
You two little pigs squeal.
Elixirs.
Jesse comes up with a plan to lure the assassins into a trap at the hospital. Eli wakes up at the safe house after Kelvin gets on his knees and prays for his recovery. The biker assassins show up at the hospital. Jesse injures one trying to get away, and Gideon races after them on his motorcycle, armed with a cattle prod. Gideon knocks both assassins off their bikes, and the would-be assassins are brought to jail. The police can't identify the teenage assassins. Eli tells Jesse that he will help him with the investment for Zion's Landing, and he comes clean with his kids about how he shot Glendon back in the 90s. Next, Eli goes to Junior's gym to come clean to him about his father.
You helped him get away to Bolivia. You helped him get away.
No, Junior, he's dead and buried. I wish that wasn't true, but it is.
He was an asshole anyway.
No more threats, no more sending motorcycle men.
I did not send no motorcycle men.
At the end of episode 8, more motorcycle ninjas break out the ones already in jail. In the beginning of episode 9, it's revealed how the journalist really died. The journalist sees Lyle's buddies from his church getting out of the car, and he shoots one in the chest. The journalist keeps on pulling the trigger when he gets in the Airbnb, and a stray bullet ricochets off a pan hanging in the kitchen, and the snooping reporter inadvertently kills himself. Very convenient for Lyle Listen, who was about to kill him anyway. Right after this happens, the Gemstones pull up, and we see the scene from earlier in the season from Lyle's perspective.
Shit.
He's dead.
Lyle listens, tells his remaining men to burn the Airbnb to the ground, Before they have a chance to step away from the wet gasoline they just spread in the yard, Lyle flicks his cigarette at the ground, and his friends from his church go up in flames with the house. At the opening of Zion's Landing, Jesse overhears a woman screaming at Lyle because her husband went missing, revealing that Lyle was the one that gave the reporter the info about the Butterfields, and that the motorcycle assassins were Lyle's orphans from his church's Kiddo Ranch.
Get in the fucking water, or Lil Debbie gets it again. No. Get in that water and you swim offshore. Go on, get in that water!
In the last scene, a group of snowmobilers reminiscent of the teenage motorcycle gang from Lyle's Kiddo Ranch find the Listens in Alaska. They gun down Lindy Listens and let Lyle freeze to death like Jack Nicholson in the last scene of Kubrick's adaptation of Stephen King's The Shining.